I will give a brief introduction about Sri Manu Vora. Dr. Manu Vora is a chairman and president of Business Excellence Inc., a globally quality management consulting firm in USA. He has over 40 years of leadership experience in guiding Fortune 500 companies with Belgrade Performance Excellence Award assessment. For over 22 years as an adjunct faculty, he has taught operation management courses at various business schools worldwide. He is connected with over 70 educational institutions globally. He is past vice president of ASQ fellow and certified quality engineer. Manu has BS from IIT BHU in 1968 and he has done MS in 1970 and PhD in 1975 in chemical engineering from IIT Chicago and MBA in 1985 with marketing management. He is sought after speaker on business excellence and quality management topics with over 525 presentations including 2 TEDx talks globally and has published over 60 articles in professional journals. He is senior examiner for Asia Pacific Global Performance Excellence Award Program. American Society for Quality has bestowed on him 5 medals: Distinguished Service Medal, Grant Medal, Lancaster Medal, Hutchins Medal, and Ishikawa Medal. He received 2015 Distinguished Alumni Award from Banaras Hindu University and 2012 Alumni Medal from IIT Chicago. He is a founding director and president of the Blind Foundation for India, and his team has raised over $4 million to serve over 1 million visually impaired people in India since 1989. For his lifetime of social service, he has received 2015 and 2000 Paul Harris Fellow Medal from the Rotary Foundation. In 2011, Ellis Island Medal of Honor, and 2010 he received US President Volunteer Service Award. Sir, I now request you to carry on with your valuable presentation, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Ushaji,
Thank you.
and good morning to all of you. I'm very delighted to join from Chicago to share 2 practices today, essentially in the area of social responsibility. The first practice will be in the education domain, and the second one is in the healthcare domain. Now, I want to have a special thanks to Sri Chakrapani ji for a very kind invitation to speak with the esteemed audience today. And many thanks to Mr. Kumar for outstanding technical support for letting me know how to use AView platform and the testing to be done early on. So thank you so much. Now let's begin the presentation. The first presentation, and I believe I have to get the permission to move the slides. So presenter writes. So I can move the slides. Thank you very much. To begin with, we'll look at some interesting quotes on education. The very first one from Will Durant, it tells us that the education is a progressive discovery of our own ignorance. Second one, education costs money, we know that, but then so does ignorance. And I'm sure if we are not educated, we pay much more being ignorant. Third one is very true statement that education is like a mother of all. It is the only profession which creates additional professions. The fourth bullet and the quote is the essence of today's presentation, that when we share the knowledge, it multiplies. And when we try to hide the knowledge, it dies. And look at what Nelson Mandela told us. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And in the current climate in India and around the world, globally, we can only succeed when our citizens are educated, they have the right knowledge, and they have the right culture to do the work in a global setting. Now, let me briefly share the vision, mission, and benefits of this project. The vision is to provide tip-top knowledge transfer globally, leveraging technology. And our mission is to educate students and professionals in lifelong transferable soft skills and quality management principles as well as practices so that they understand the system's focus in nation building using Google Hangout or webinar platforms. And the benefits are to students, once they pick up these skills, they can use them while they are within the institutes. That can help them to get ready for the placement. And once they are placed on the job, they are able to use these skills to add great values to the organization and become valuable to the organization. Now, professionals, if they have these skills, they can excel in their workplace. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this slide to share with you what was the impetus for the project. Now, I was on the campus of BHU, which is now 16th IIT BHU. I spent 4 years between 1964 to 68. And during my time, the major focus I had was on technical subject and technical knowledge. Personally, I did not have a lot of soft skills, which I acquired after coming to the US, working for a number of companies and taking special training courtesy employers here. And I think this is generally true because I've been visiting IIT BHU campus. I meet with brilliant students. Some of them do not focus on the soft skills, and as a result, they do not get the best of what they deserve. And in global economy, the professional needs to be proficient in quality management principles and practices so that they can understand what systems thinking is all about and how to achieve the performance excellence within the organization setting, whether it's for-profit, non-profit, government, education, healthcare, all the domains. Now, there were a couple of other things happening around the time. I was thinking about this issue after the visits with the campus. There was an open letter to India's graduating classes published in New York Times on 23rd of May, 2012. I provided the link, and the gist of the article was, this article was written by a partner from KPMG, and he congratulated the graduating class of students from India and saying that you are receiving good packages, but the condolences are for us, companies which are receiving you. And specifically, the articles talks about lack of communication skills, lack of initiatives on the part of new employees, being too passive, do not ask questions and probe deeply, and lack of focus about career planning and continuing education, and lack of professionalism. And that was the comment saying that there is a lack of ethics, timesheets, and expense reports get fudged. Now, that's quite an indictment to the graduating class. And I had also written a blog, State of Higher Ed in India, Time to Act is Now. And I just want to share a couple of quick thoughts on what I was trying to share in that blog, where I compared the current state of higher education in India versus the future state based on experience teaching on both sides of the world. In India, my observation is we focus on rote learning. It's definitely based on dry theories, lack of practice. Curriculum in a lot of places are irrelevant in today's environment, and there is definitely lack of soft skills in the curriculum. Tremendous focus on technical only, soft skills are ignored. And this side of the world, students are required to do community service, which is lacking in our side of the world. Then there is a lack of quality in education, both in the curriculum and the entire system. Faculty lacks the industry experience, so they are still propagating the theories only, and they do not renew their knowledge, so their knowledge is static. And I keep hearing from some campuses that faculty uses 30 years old slides and they keep using the same thing again and again. Most of it is irrelevant in current climate. There is hardly any interactions with the industry, and that leaves the institution working on their own but not connected with the real world. And lot of places alumni interactions are not there or missing compared to Western world, where alumni play a great deal of part in taking the institution at the higher level. And I put it this way, that the branding for a given institution rests on four pillars. The first pillar is the outstanding faculty. Second one is a great student body. Third, supporting administration. And fourth, outstanding alumni who do great work on a global basis. Now, our approach is that the combination of soft skills and quality management topics woven into a 12 topic leadership excellence series, out of each topic 1 through 5, that is leadership, teamwork, time management, meeting management, and decision making. These are the soft skill areas. And then 6 through 12, project management, risk management, talent management, voice of customer management, operational excellence, sustainable change management, and effective supply chain management. These are the quality management topics. Now, by providing this series, our goal is to provide the introduction to these topics, give good references, and excite students and faculty and professionals to go deeper into these areas. Now, the technology requirement for this is very simple. For Google Hangout, we need a stable internet connection, a laptop, LCD projector, screen, microphone for question and answer, a conference room or an auditorium to sit number of people. And it helps if you have Gmail account, and originator and the recipient should have a Gmail account to receive the link to set up the Google Hangout. Now I'm going to take you through some real life applications over the last 2 years in non-profit sector first and then for profit. So initially, we used the webinar platform for American Society for Quality, ASQ, India, local member community, which we have 7 of them in major metropolitan areas. And the leaders and the members, we provided this series of 12 topics, and over 250 professionals took the advantage. Then we experimented with the Google Hangout platform at my alma mater, IIT BHU in Varanasi, starting in August of 2014. We have so far completed 7 topics. And one of the advantage of the Google Hangout is it allows us to record on a YouTube. And at the end of the presentation, within 5 to 10 minutes, YouTube is ready to be shared. And by the way, both the Google Hangout and the YouTubes are free. So this is a courtesy Google, and we need to thank Google for allowing us to use this technology to transfer the knowledge. Only restriction is there needs to be only maximum 10 ports. So I take one port here, and 9 ports are taken by different institutes throughout India. And that's why we have a number of series is going on various days within the month. Now, the ASQ Ahmedabad local member community have given the talk using Google Hangout on the plenary, both in November 2014, November 2000, sorry, it's a typo, 2015, and around 600 people benefited from it. Then we started a consortium of 9 art, science, commerce, and technology colleges in Mumbai area with the help of ASQ Mumbai, and we have covered 6 topics with over 3,000 people attending live over those 6 topics, and wider sharing of YouTube with 18,500 people. Moving on, based on the feedback and the positive response, we have continued to add more consortium of 9 universities, engineering and management schools. Then my alma mater here, IIT Chicago, we have started this program, and we use the Google Hangout, and we share that with the campus community of around 7,900 people. That includes students, faculty, staff, etc. And another 9 university consortium was put in place. Incidentally, I was at the National Quality Council's National Quality Conclave held in Delhi in August. And at that time, we met up with the Ministry of Rural Development, Government of India, and they like what we were doing. And we have done 4 topics for them with about over 4 topics, 140 people benefiting. And this is the one of the government entity which has taken this thing seriously for professional development and growth. Additional 9 engineering management schools started in October, 1,000 attendees, 2 topics covered. And then recently I was sharing a plenary presentation at Ford School of Management in New Delhi using the Google Hangout. And we have currently 2 proposals pending with the DRDO, Ministry of Defense, and also with the Ministry of Railways, both under Government of India. And we are hoping to get positive response so we can work with them and share the same leadership excellence series. In the for-profit side, with the request from Tata's to ASQ India, done 6 topics using webinar platform at the Tata Network Forum, where they had the global audience from about 180 locations worldwide. And we had seen participation from 60 to 150 places, and over 5,000 executives benefited from this series. And then there is a Winmar India Private Limited. This is the company which requested the similar series, and we have done 6 topics, and people are benefiting from the effort. Now I'll share with you some nice pictures showing the attendance at the SIES College, Art, Science and Commerce and Sion West in Mumbai. Then this is the Pillai Institute of Information Technology, New Panvel, Maharashtra, outside Bombay, Mumbai. Then SVBIT Gandhinagar in Gujarat. And at a time, we observed somewhere between 50 to 250 people participate live in the Google Hangouts. This is CU Shah University in Gujarat, almost 250 plus people, including the president, senior faculty, students, senior students, and staff attending. Now, here are some a few testimonials just to show the credibility of the program, starting with the Tata Group, where they were very happy about the way the sessions were conducted by sharing the reservoir of knowledge in a simple way. And then we have a variety of institutes in different places giving very positive feedback, more feedback from different institutions. And this is where we have now a number of places where the Leadership Excellence series has received the public attention. I was interviewed by American Society for Quality TV series, where I'm discussing the government quality in India, and that the focus is look at the system. You cannot make changes on a piecemeal basis. You have to look at the entire system. And here in USA, we have a Baldrige Performance Excellence Program, which allows any organization, whether it's education, healthcare, government, nonprofit, and the corporate entities, to do a quick evaluation and the assessment of how things are working on 7 criteria: leadership, strategic plan, customers, measurements and knowledge management, people or the employees, operations, and focus on results. By looking at a holistic way, organization can move for performance excellence rather than a mere compliance. And my observation is that in India, most of the organization focus on compliance, just the bare minimum. And that is not going to give you the standing in the world where everybody is competing to become excellent. Then wrote a letter to Honorable Smriti Irani ji, HRD Minister, February 16th. And here I wanted to take a minute to explain. At that time, the Gyan project, Global Initiative of Academic Network, was announced. And I believe now government is spending 35 crore Indian rupees, which amounts to close to about 5.6 million US dollars, to invite faculty from overseas to come to India and teach. So the gist of my letter was, let's do Gyan 2, Global Initiative of Alumni Network. India has invested in all the students who go to IITs, NITs, IIMs, All India Institute of Medical Sciences. The amount of money spent there, we have so many alumni globally. If they give back their few hours of time in the area of their expertise to their alma mater, we can have a free Gyan Dan, and we don't have to spend that 6 million US dollars or 35 crore rupees to import people there. And people can be sitting comfortably here or any part of the world and use the platform to provide their knowledge. And then within IIT BHU, our monthly chronicle, this practice was highlighted and ASQ, and we are going to see a brief video after the conclusion of my presentation. And I've written a blog on the gift of knowledge transfer through technology, and all the links are given. One last item I wanted to touch upon is I've written a letter to Honorable Pranab Mukherjee ji, the President, on 16th of November. And here the focus was, as we all know, India has no ranking in the top 100 in the world for the educational institution. And the whatever discourse happened at the Rashtrapati Bhavan for 3 days, where well over 100 vice chancellors and directors were in attendance. What I saw and in the press was that let's give some more money to 10 or 15 institutes, and hopefully 1 or 2 will climb into the top 100 list. So my humble request to the president is that let's not focus on spending money. We need to focus on doing a system-wide improvement first. And these frameworks are there. And I think I'm seeing here on the chat there is a video issue. Mr. Kumar, can you make sure that the video is going for everyone? I can pause for a second. Okay. So confirmation from Hyderabad, the video is okay. All right, good. So some individual connections are issues. Uh, so basic idea is we need to look at the system-wide improvement so that we move from compliance to performance excellence. And incidentally, the Chicago Public Radio also had a recording done, live interview on global activism series regarding this program. There are 7 completed sessions at IIT BHU in Varanasi. That's on leadership, teamwork, time management, meeting management, decision making, project management, and risk management. And these are all in the public domain. And feel free to utilize it at your institutions. And all the institutes which are part of this knowledge transfer project, it's also on a link here, and I'm going to share that in 2 slides. Sorry, the font size is a little bit small, but when you do get the presentation, you should be able to see it. In nutshell, we have 4 IITs, 2 NITs, several management institutes, art, science, commerce colleges, pharmacy, dental colleges, etc., participating in 13 states and NCR in India. And this currently we are working on starting a new series of 9 universities, institution, including request pending with the Banaras Hindu University and Chandigarh University, and we are waiting for confirmation to come through. Now, let me spend a few minutes on this topic of what is my recommendation for Leadership Excellence series. First of All India Council for Technical Education, Government of India should integrate soft skills and quality management knowledge as a part of the curriculum for all higher education in India, including business, engineering, dentistry, medicine, pharmaceuticals, arts, science, commerce, etc. Because without this, what is happening is that when students graduate, they do not have the full capability and abilities, and that leads to unemployment, and we don't even talk about underemployment. And some of the reports I have seen is this was a NASCOM report 2012 that 1 out of 5 engineers in the software domain had the right knowledge set and they were employable. 80% were not employable, and that's a huge drain to the economy. Second recommendation is to engage global alumni from IITs, NITs, IIMs, All India Institute of Medical Sciences to give back their talent and time using technology for nation building. And last item, and this is a new proposal I'm bringing on the table, that for all disciplines, we should think of create portfolio of 6 key areas within the curriculum to address the issue of unemployment. And students should learn something about leadership, communication, entrepreneurship, quality management, community service, and soft skills. And they need to do both theory and practice, the projects, and have 80% score for graduation. And incidentally, we are going to implement this into a new university in formation in Alexandria in Egypt, where I am appointed as an advisor to them. And we are very excited to take this idea forward. And I'm sure if we have a will and if the policymaker look into this, we can do this for India as well. So in summarizing the presentation, in the 21st century, knowledge can be transferred globally, leveraging technology. Google Hangouts as well as other technology platforms provide great benefits to manage our scarce budget resources for learning, training, and development. And the bottom line is with this initiative, we have reached over 130,000 students, faculty, and professionals in over 40 institutes in 13 states and NCR by end of December. And we'll be playing the short video after a few more slides. I just wanted to conclude this with some very uplifting quotes from late President John F. Kennedy. He's talking about for of those to whom much is given, much is required. And that is for all the people who are in the audience and who have received so much from the government in terms of almost free education. And particularly when I was there, and I believe all the IITs, etc., are very much underwritten by the government funding, courtesy taxpayers of India, we all have an obligation to give back. Now, here is the quote from a gentleman named Athénée de Grelais. He was the 18th and 19th century French-American missionary. And this is a very interesting quote to think about what we all have to do. He says, I shall pass through this world but once. Any good thing, therefore, that I can do, or any kindness that I can show to any human being, let me do it now. Let me not defer it or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again. Extremely powerful that we all have received so much, and it's time for us to give back. Because, as I say in a lot of my presentations, that I have not figured out a way when my time comes to meet the Creator to take either the money or my knowledge. So it's worthwhile to share it before I go. And I believe we all have our number written. We don't know when that time is going to come. Now, the founder of BHU in 1916, Pandit Mahamana Madan Mohan Malaviya ji, he built the Temple of Learning, and I had a great privilege to learn there. And he talks about, I have no desire for kingdom, no desire for heaven, no desire for moksha. The only desire I have is to mitigate the sorrow of the living beings who are ridden with sorrow. I want to shine light into the darkness before people's eyes. And he was the pioneer in the education space to build BHU so that they can produce the technical expertise to have the nation building and also take up social causes to uplift the lower strata of the society. And I want to conclude with the goddess Saraswati, let us light a lamp of knowledge to eliminate the darkness of ignorance. And with that, we will be looking for a very short video presentation which captures the summary of my talk. So Mr. Kumar, you can play the video now, and then we'll take the questions through the chat box.
Sir, we will play the video now, sir.
Please. Thank you.
Yes, sir, we are playing the video.
Yeah.
We want to transfer the knowledge globally by leveraging technology, and then the mission is that we can leverage either Google Hangout or webinar platform to share the expertise around the world by engaging the experts wherever they are. Back home in India, when we are working with the engineering students who are technically brilliant, but they spend very little time on building up the soft skills, and they do not have enough quality management principles or practices exposure. And that's why it's very important to impart this knowledge to them while they are still in universities, and then they can begin to use some of this knowledge while they are studying, get ready for job placements, and once they enter the workforce, these issues and the knowledge they have gained will serve them very well personally and will benefit the organization. We take a session at a time where about 50 to 55 minutes of straight presentation, including some YouTubes to make it exciting for a given topic. And then we have about 20 to 25 minutes Q&A session, and that allows the completion of the topic across the medium and across the board. Now, what we do is Google Hangout allows total 10 nodes to be connected. I occupy one node. The remainder of the 9 nodes where people could be sitting at various locations globally and can engage in learning and getting the knowledge. All you need is a stable internet connection, a laptop, a screen, LCD projector, a microphone for Q&A, a conference room, and that's all basically you need. And a Gmail account is required for the originator of the Google Hangout. Indian Institute of Technology, IIT BHU in Varanasi, India. Now, this is where students, which are top 0.75% of the nation's youth, get the admission, and they spend 4 to 5 years at the campus to pick up the engineering discipline. Now, their soft skills are lacking, and to augment that, we started a Google Hangout back in August of 2014, and where what happens is students are sitting in 9 different dormitories, and they use their laptop to connect for the Google Hangout. And I take a topic, share the knowledge, answer their questions, and simultaneously, when we use the Google Hangout, and YouTube is created, which is shared now with 6,500 students, faculty, and administrator at the campus. And we have completed 4 Hangouts so far, and within next year, starting in August, we'll be completing the remainder of the 8 from the series. We, in the 21st century, we can leverage the technology to take this knowledge base we have in ASQ and transfer that knowledge as a gift. And in this particular area where I am working on, it's a free gift of knowledge transfer leveraging technology. And that gives you so much more resources at your disposal by engaging the people with expertise in different areas to come and share that knowledge and make the world a better place to live.